All right. Shall we?
Perfect. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Hi, everybody. I'm glad you are here today. We're here with Dave, my friend from HomeKeepr. I'm going to call us friends now because this is now our third meeting.
No question.
He's here to talk with us about the partnership between KW and HomeKeepr, what their value proposition is to offer to your clients and to you, and how those things work with Command. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Dave and take it away.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Crystal. Good to see everybody. Now, Crystal, if I go on and on now without sharing my screen, can you not wait 10 minutes this time?
I will absolutely tell you that you're not sharing your screen.
Appreciate it, because that was pretty embarrassing. But
we've all been there.
I'm past it. Hi, everybody. Dave from HomeKeepr, here to run through a presentation I have for you. I'm going to go through the presentation as quickly as I can because I find Q&A most productive. Okay. This presentation is available to you anytime you want. I believe Crystal has a copy. If not,
indeed.
always email support@homekeepr.com. It is my job to support Crystal, making sure you guys have everything you need HomeKeepr-wise, maybe even a little bit more, right? Let's see what we can do here. So without further ado, I'm going to jump in. And I'm remembering to share my screen, so here we go. All right. So HomeKeepr, we've been working with Keller for many years, just so you guys know. Since about 2015, been to a bunch of mega camps, been to Family Reunion a bunch of times. I look forward to getting back to Austin for a mega camp as soon as I can. Quick story, the home I'm standing in, I'm in my basement. The second night I was here, where I'm standing was in 3 inches of water, okay? And it was, I had never owned a house before, and I was standing there, and I didn't even know what trade to call. I was about to call the police because I knew that mold could form. I was lost beyond description. And I realized the only person I knew in town was my realtor. Okay. And I called her up and she calmed me down. She told me who to call and I got the whole thing sorted out. And that was one of the foundational experience, one of the co-founders at HomeKeepr. It's one of the reasons we designed the company the way we did, because realtors are an enormous resource for homeowners. And there's no reason you can't be a resource for your homeowner for the entire life of the home, right? We all know about the industry stats and how realtors form these fantastic relationships during the transaction. And then on average, they taper off dramatically. And HomeKeepr can help address that. There's no reason you can't be a hero to your homeowner like my realtor was to me. Day one, month one, year 10. Because in year 10, if I have a flood, I'm just as confused about who to call and what to do, because I'm a school teacher, doctor, lawyer, dentist, policeman, construction worker, I don't know how to fix a roof necessarily, right? Anyway, let's talk about all the ways we can keep valuable to homeowners with HomeKeepr. First of all, for those of you who've been following along, we are now a Move Guru company. Move Guru bought HomeKeepr January of this year. We're all one company. So you might see Move Guru pop up in different elements of HomeKeepr because the companies are being slowly integrated. We're just one company now, right? Different features may come from different angles, but it's one company. For those of you at HomeKeepr accounts for a while, it just means more features and some other changes. I don't want to dwell on that right now. And the biggest changes we've made of late are automation. We're trying to make HomeKeepr as automated as we can for you. That does not preclude you from doing the entire thing yourself and by hand. If you want to invite clients yourself, knock yourself out. We're not stopping you. You can email us and we'll invite clients for you. But if you want to just use it with Command, for instance, we have that built now so you can just invite clients right through Command. I'll show you how to do that. But before we get into how to and so forth, let's talk about how it is we stay valuable to homeowners. What are the things we're doing on your behalf and on behalf of your clients, or for your clients on your behalf, that keep you relevant, keep you valuable, drive value after the transaction. Branded Moving Concierge. We help homeowners set up services for their new home branded by you. Customer for life. We have discounts on major retailers like Home Depot, Pods, Papa John's, Junk, everything. And we have these blogs, which are our most popular feature. We have this. If you sign up for HomeKeepr, you will be getting blogs twice a week that you can share on social media. And then there's customization beyond that. Vendor relationship management, your favorite painter, plumber, electrician, architect, Facebook automation for your social media, for this blog, and our widgets, which puts this functionality on your websites, okay? And there's more than that even. This is the highlights. Funny I said highlights, right? Feature highlights. Branded moving concierge. What this means is when your client goes under contract, now forget how we learn that information, because again, you can just send that information if you want to do that, but we have an automated feature. The point is, when you decide you want to share this information with us, that your client is under contract to buy or sell a home, you let us know. We call the client and say, hey, this is Diane's moving concierge, or hey, this is Howard's moving concierge. How can we help you get services set up for your new home? And we help that client on one phone call, set up cable, internet, home alarm, right? Utilities, even we can help get the utilities set up, which can be very difficult to do. And we do it all on one phone call. This, if you think about it, that's a big improvement, because right now homeowners have to make a dozen phone calls. It takes hours. They got to figure it all out by themselves. It's very difficult. We do it all for them. We do it on one phone call in about 30 minutes, and it's branded to you. Why would you do this? Two reasons. One, you're a helpful person. You're in the business of helping people. You want to help your clients. But for your benefit, what you're doing is you're letting your client know that you're more than just a transaction coordinator. You're someone who can help them with home ownership. You can solve problems beyond the closing itself. It's an important stepping stone into the lifelong relationship, or the home-long relationship. Discounts, as I mentioned, we time up discounts that we email to the clients, branded by you. And when we know they're going to move, we time it up so the Home Depot discount gets there before they move. So when they buy new appliances for their home, they can save a few bucks at Home Depot. And that discount can be as high as 15%. That could be a lot of money for a bunch of appliances. Not to mention pods, got junk, budget, ADT, on down the line. Again, we time this up to match the homeowner experience. It's branded by you. And then even once they're in the home, we keep sending them discounts about once every 6 weeks. Staying relevant, adding value, right? You notice this isn't your listings, your open houses, your just sold. This is all value add for the homeowner. The emails I mentioned a moment ago. The blogs. We write content twice a week about home ownership, about every aspect you can imagine. We send it to you twice a week. It's branded by you. It's got your picture in there, your contact information, and you can pop it right on social media. So that means when you sign up for HomeKeepr, you now have content available to you twice a week to share in your network however you want, automatically every week. In addition, we'll also send a summary of the blogs once a month to your clients that you invite. So again, we're talking about another touch point from you to the homeowner about home ownership. That's value add and focused on the homeowner. Widgets. You can put this blog and you can put HomeKeepr generally, including the vendor list management, on your website. Why? Another reason for a client to go back to your website after the transaction, right? Once they're in there, the idea is you now have a reason as a homeowner to go back to my realtor's website because there's something valuable there, i.e. search my vendor list, the blog content, what have you. It makes you the focus of all these interactions. Crystal, I can see your question here. It took me a minute to get it up. These blogs can be automatically posted to Facebook. I'm going to get to that later, but it's good to point out up front. On top of everything else, this content, as Crystal's pointing out, can be posted to your Facebook business page automatically as published. Why? Because social media is difficult to keep up with. It's a blessing and a curse, right? It's great to reach people, but it's also, you got to feed the beast. Otherwise, your page looks dead, right? So you can come up with that content anytime you want. Nothing stops you from writing all that. But if you get slammed in a busy week, professionally or personally, and you just don't have time to put up thoughtful content, with HomeKeepr in place, your Facebook business page has something in there that's new and relevant. And again, the widgets, as I said, put it on your website. And then in addition, HomeKeepr has mobile and web apps. You have an app that you can give to clients, a home management app. And there's also a website they can go to. So if they create an account, there's functionality for the homeowner to help manage their home as well. Okay? This is a feature list. This is a little more detailed than what I went through up front with the highlights. But it's important to know that the HomeKeepr package as a whole is very, very rich. Okay? There's the content like the blogs that are going out. The home management app has maintenance reminders. a list of home appliance manuals they can put in there by taking pictures of appliance ID tags. There's a tremendous amount of functionality that you can use in HomeKeepr, including sphere of influence marketing. If that's your sort of mode of business, what better way to tell your partners, painter, plumber, electrician, architect, that you're doing something for them than by putting them in HomeKeepr and then saying, I'm not just mentioning your name when someone asks me. I have an entire system that makes you available to my clients all day, every day. Not only that, I'm in contact with my clients about it. I'm constantly driving them toward this application, which benefits us both. You're a way more valuable networking partner with HomeKeepr than without. Let's talk costs. This is new for those of you who are with HomeKeepr for a while. HomeKeepr costs $19 a month. However, you can keep HomeKeepr for free if you are using our branded moving concierge. So when we talked about up front, sending clients through our system where we help them get things set up for their home, right? Insurance, internet, TV, phone, all that kind of stuff. That is a revenue opportunity for HomeKeepr because those companies pay us when your clients sign up. When your client signs up for Verizon, Verizon pays us. When your client signs up for ADT, ADT pays us. So if you're sending clients through, we've no need to charge you. We're happy to give you HomeKeepr for free as long as we're able to pay for all these features somehow. So if you send clients through the moving concierge, you keep HomeKeepr for free. It won't cost you a dime. If you don't want to use the moving concierge for whatever reason, you can pay the $19 a month. Now, we have not done a great job of explaining this to realtors. So I want to pause here and I want to make sure everybody understands the cost bit of it. Before I get into how to and the command integration, I want to clear up any questions you guys have. So Crystal, is there anything that we talked about yesterday that I didn't cover here?
Well, I think you're kind of sitting on the slide that I think everybody's interested in, which is, how many people do I need to put through the moving concierge in order to keep it for free? What does that process look like?
No problem. Basically, what we require is a minimum of 6 moving concierge clients a year. Obviously, that's 1 every 2 months. Okay? And if you put down a credit card for $19 a month for July, and you send a moving concierge client through, you will get August and September for free, right? So we're tracking this. So we won't charge you when you send clients through. And you can accumulate as many as 12 free months of HomeKeepr. After that, it's a rolling basis. So if you do, to use an edge case, if you did 30 trades this month, you wouldn't have 5 years of HomeKeepr. You'd still just have the year. Okay? So the pacing is 6 a year, rolling 1 every 2 months.
And just for clarity, this is inviting people who are under contract to use HomeKeepr. This doesn't necessarily mean they use the service. This means
Correct.
you are sending 6 invitations with people who are in contract, correct?
People under contract to buy or sell a home. Now I see a question from Hillary. Go ahead, Hillary.
Oh, yes. So I have a question. So right now I have HomeKeepr on my phone and I use the blog on the Facebook page. I'm a fairly new agent, so I've only had a couple of sales. So does this mean that you're going to start charging me $19 a month to use the stuff that I get right now?
Yes, we're going to start charging you. I don't mean, unless we don't have your credit card, we can't possibly charge you. But in order to keep HomeKeepr for free, you need to send clients through the moving concierge or pay the $19. Is
Okay.
that clear?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Howard, I think you had a question. Yeah.
Yeah, can you define clients? So when you say send them through the concierge, is that simply tagging 2 clients per the instructions that we previously received, or does it mean 2 clients need to sign up? So in other words, I refer 8 clients, but 2 of them sign up, so now it's free? Or do I just need to tag 2 clients a month and then it becomes free?
It's tagging the clients, If you send through 100 clients through Moving Concierge and none of them sign up, you still get HomeKeepr for free. Clients don't have to do anything. They can pick up the phone and say no thank you and hang up, and you still get HomeKeepr for free. We run that risk. We're happy to run that risk because clients love the service. Because homeowners in this day and age all need something. I mean, who doesn't need internet for their new home? Listen, they may not want to sign up through our service for any one of a number of reasons. They're welcome not to. But the fact that we can do it all in one shot and help them shop is very attractive. So I'm trying to answer this quickly. So Howard, all you have to do is tag them HK Mover and your job is done. And the pace, just to correct one thing you said, it's not 2 a month. It's 1 every 2 months.
So what if they're not actually home buyers or sellers, but they're leads? Or
That's not going to work.
contacts?
They're going to be under contract to buy or sell a home.
Okay.
Right. So I'm going to get into this in a minute, but while we're on the subject, Howard has read the previous emails and he's heard about this tagging thing in Command, which I'm going to show you in a minute. I'm not going to leave you hanging if you don't recognize what I'm talking about. But Howard, to answer your question, just to flesh out what we're talking about, there are 2 tags in Command once you have HomeKeepr set up. There's HK Mover. That's what we're talking about. Tagging clients as movers so we can invite them to the Moving Concierge. And there's HK Invite. HK Invite is for what you're talking about, Howard. They're just someone who's living in their home and they're someone you want to be in touch with. That could be a past client, that could be a prospect, whatever it is. And those folks are invited to HomeKeepr to use the homeowner app if they want to use it, access to your vendor list, right? They get the blogs, all that stuff. That's HK Invite, and that's not what we're talking about in this particular section. In this particular slide, what we're talking about is people who are under contract to buy or sell a home. You tag them as HK Mover, and the pacing is 1 every 2 months or 6 a year. Now, I answered I think a lot more than you asked, Howard, but for the sake of clarity, I wanted to go over it. Did I make it more or less clear?
More clear, but I have a curveball for you. What happens if you've migrated and Command is not your primary CRM?
We have other solutions in place that we can work with you on. Email support@homekeepr.com and say, help me, I'm an agent, I want to participate, but I don't use Command, or whatever your story is.
Okay.
Fair?
Sure.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, of course. This is what this is all for, guys. Get as detailed as you'd like. I want to make sure you are absolutely clear on what we're doing here. I'm about to get into how to do all this in a minute. Okay. Conversation not over. Any questions you have, we can do them at the end, and you can always email us. Crystal's here to support you, and I'm here to answer anything Crystal can't handle for sure. Okay?
Question, really quick. When does it transition from free to paid?
It's already happened. People are getting emails now with how many weeks left they have in their profile. I think the ones that are closest to the edge are 2 weeks away.
Okay.
I think we announced at the beginning of June, and that was the 2-month gap, and now we're heading toward the end of that first 2 months. Okay? Okay. Getting started on Command. HomeKeepr is in the KW Marketplace. That little icon with the awning on it, that's the HomeKeepr Marketplace, that's the KW Marketplace. You search for HomeKeepr in there. If you, again, using HomeKeepr, you can sign up for HomeKeepr any old way you want. You can email support@homekeepr.com and say, I want to get started and I don't want to use Command. Help me out. We will help you out. Most people at Keller Williams, however, like to use Command. So if you're going to use Command, you go to Command, you find HomeKeepr, and the first thing to do is to set up the HomeKeepr app. Setting up the app is free. Doesn't cost you a dime. Okay? If you don't ever use it, you don't ever use it. Setting up is free. So you'll see Get Started or try the free edition. There's only one edition of HomeKeepr app inside Command. It's always free. Because there are purchases available in this app store, then talk about purchasing things. Don't let it distract you. Setting this up is $0 forever and always. Confirm your order. Go to My Apps. Now, you need to go through this process regardless of whether you have a HomeKeepr account or not. If you want to use HomeKeepr in Command, you must go through this process. So everybody, so Howard, if you already have a HomeKeepr account, you got to go ahead and do this. Hillary, same thing for you. For somebody who doesn't have a HomeKeepr account, same thing. You have to end up clicking on this HomeKeepr button. Because once you do, now we are connecting HomeKeepr and Command. So right here on this screen, if you already have a HomeKeepr account, we will log you right into HomeKeepr. If we don't recognize your email address, we're going to say, hey, this is a different email address. Do you want to use a different one that you use with HomeKeepr, or are you creating a new account? If you have a HomeKeepr email, pop it in, bang, we log you in. If not, you create your HomeKeepr account, which, by the way, will take less time than I spend talking about it. It's very, very simple to create a HomeKeepr account. It's your contact information, it's your market center, it's your headshot and your logo. You're getting a little snippet of the branding here. See how this is the home ownership app, by the way, the HomeKeepr app. That's what the branding looks like. That's why we need your headshot, logo, and contact information, because we want to present that everywhere we can to your clients. There's the logo, you're done. Now HomeKeepr is set up. Now HomeKeepr and Command are connected. Now you're ready to roll. Now we're getting into the tagging section that Howard and I were referring to a moment ago. As I covered a few minutes ago, there are 2 custom tags that you have to use if you want to use HomeKeepr and Command together. So again, for years, many thousands of Keller Williams agents have invited clients to HomeKeepr by going to HomeKeepr.com and inviting the clients. You can still do that. You just don't have to. You can use these tags. So while you're in Command, if you want to invite a client to the moving concierge, you click HK Move, you tag them as HK Mover. Add the custom tag and you're done. Let's say there's a couple, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, you put them in a home a year ago, and maybe you're not quite in touch with them as often as you'd like. Tag them HK Invite. They will begin to get the blogs from you. They'll have access to your HomeKeepr app. They'll have access to your vendor list, right? Those are the 2 tags. How do you do it? Like you tag anything else. You find a contact. Here's my demo account contact list. I have Buzz Aldrin there. I want to tag him, so I click on him and I edit the contact, right? Go down to tags in the contact. I type in the tag that I want to use. If it's HK Invite, you have to type in HK Invite, and either the tag will already have been in there because you've done it before, or if this is your first time, you'll click Create Custom Tag. If you're creating a custom tag, you can color code it, and then you click Add. That adds the tag to your tagging system. Then you save the client with the new tag. And then you're done. That's it. Simple as that. You can do bulk tagging. So if you're doing this, it's not atypical. It's pretty common for realtors to get into the system, set everything up, and then say to themselves, okay, I've got a database of 300 clients that I have. 150 of them are past clients or prospects. I'm going to click 150 names, tag them as HK Invite, and get them all started on the HomeKeepr blog and vendor drip and all that kind of stuff. Then you're done. Then you come back to it as you see fit. You update your tags as you see fit. Bulk tags, same thing as a bulk tag if you do anything else. Same process. Okay?
Dave, few questions in the chat.
Yep.
In some of the original emails we received, there was communication about needing to give HomeKeepr access to DocuSign. And in any of our conversations, I haven't really heard that. So I'm wondering if you could speak to that. And the other question is, when you send a client the invite, do they still need to accept that invite in order to receive the monthly emails?
They do not, I'm going to start backwards. They do not need to accept the invite to get the monthly blogs. Those will come to them unless they unsubscribe, which of course, homeowners can always unsubscribe regardless of what's happening. That's always the case. But all you got to do is invite them and they'll start getting the blogs. If they want to sign up for the home management app and get the maintenance reminders, right, and keep track of their appliance manuals, they'll have to create a HomeKeepr account, which they're welcome to do. or not do, right? They're not compelled to do anything. So that answers that, right? DocuSign, here's the story with DocuSign Transaction Room. DocuSign Transaction Room is a transaction management platform that DocuSign has designed. It's kind of like .loop or Command Opportunities. And it's organized by Market Center. So if we were to sign up your Market Center with DocuSign Transaction Room, we then could automate this moving concierge process through DocuSign Transaction Room. Most team leaders are unwilling to do things that encompass every agent out of the gate. If you guys want to automate transactions through something other than Command, talk to Crystal, talk to me. We'll go down a path to try and get things squared away. But it's not so easy as flipping a switch as it is with Command contacts. That's why we're focused on this.
So just to be clear, so we had a question, can we give you guys access to our contacts by doing the tagging and all of that and not give you access to our DocuSign and still use the service? And it sounds like the answer is yes.
100%.
Perfect.
These tags limit the data we can look at to simply the clients that you tag. We don't want to, and we are unable to contact anybody else. We don't want to spend any time talking to a consumer that isn't in need of our services. It doesn't help anybody. Costs us money, bad experience for you. So we just don't do it. So the tags give you guys the control over exactly what client goes where in the HomeKeepr system. Fair?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Yes, Hillary, sorry, it's hard to do this and see the chat.
It's all right, I
Correct.
got you. I think we've covered all the chat questions.
Okay, good. And you're right. You have to create the custom tag, what have you. All right. So Crystal, I'm going to put the chat away because I can't do two things at once.
No problem. I got the chat.
Perfect. Now we're on to the fun stuff. This is what agents really love. I got to tell you, the vast majority, this is our favorite feature by far. When we started writing these blogs and sending them to agents, we started sending them twice a week, and the vast majority of agents click the Facebook share icon and pop the blog on their Facebook business page. Every week, twice a week, over and over and over again. So very quickly, agents started to say, how do I just do this automatically? Can't you just pop this on Facebook for me? And the answer is yes, now we can. We have been for a while, and again, it's our most popular feature. Once you have HomeKeepr set up, okay, you got to go to m.me/HomeKeepr and follow the instructions. And time's getting away from us, Crystal, so I'm going to end here.
Yep.
m.me/HomeKeepr. You follow the instructions. It's a chat system. It's very easy. And when you're done, the blogs will be posted on your Facebook business page automatically. That's it. Easy peasy. That's HomeKeepr. What else? Sorry, went over time here. What else can I go over with you guys before we let everybody go?
When it comes to the concierge services, how often are you contacting clients?
A couple times. I think we text them out of the gate. We try and reach them a couple times, and then we're done. Right? If they don't want to talk.
A couple times, like early on, and then it stops, or a couple times a month?
A couple times early on, and then it stops. We actually send out a Calendly link as well, so clients can make their own appointment with the call center if they want to. You know, the best thing to do as an agent, really, the best experience for you and your client is to tell them when you're doing it. Right? If you have a client under contract, oh, congratulations, we're under contract. The next day, if you said, listen, 2 minutes of your time, I'm signing you up for a moving concierge service. They're going to call you in a day or so. Okay? They're here to set up cable and internet if you want it. If you don't, hang up the phone and don't worry about it. That way, the client knows it's coming. They know for sure it's coming from you. They'll be more receptive and have a better experience. And you get the credit for doing it. Yeah, Howard, doesn't after a couple of weeks, it doesn't matter because they're moving anyway.
Right.
Once they're in the home, there's no profit in calling them, not to mention the bad experience. You tell us it's happening, we try and reach out. If they're not interested, not interested. That's
I guess to put it in most selfish terms, my questions specifically are, I use and like the weekly blog posts to my Facebook page, which probably has over 1,000 people.
Right.
And it tends to be very interactive when I use the analytics, and I use Zapier to cross it over to both Twitter and LinkedIn.
Sweet.
And so just being a creature of habit, you hear about the change and all of a sudden Rome is on fire and it's like, oh crap, what am I going to do to replace this content? Or what am I going to do to integrate this content? And so the simple answer is, and I'm a newer agent, so the whole idea of, I mean, I had 2 transactions in June and 1 in July, and I don't know when the next one is coming. So the whole 1 a month or 2 a month, right now I don't have one for August. So just trying to figure out how to make it free and keep it that way, but also how to bring value to my clients without it being another cold call to their or a random marketing call to their cell phone. That's the primary concern for me. And for selfish reasons, I like the blog posts, and I'm on the fence about, do I just pay $240 a year to keep it? Do I let it go? Or do I tag X number of people to ensure that it's free?
Well, you're in your own business. I couldn't possibly speak to how to run your business. But
Sure.
if I could be so bold as to make a suggestion,
Sure.
if you put down $19 in July, something tells me you're never going to pay for it again, because you only do one every 2 months. Otherwise, you're not going to be a realtor.
Right.
Right? So if 3 months goes by and you don't have a transaction, cancel a bunch of things, right?
Yeah.
I get the sense you're going to have plenty of transactions. You only need 6 a year.
Oh, I definitely will have that.
I think your exposure is going to be $19. Again, look, I've never been a realtor. I don't ever want to presume that I know your business, but we're talking that's what I would say.
Okay.
All right, Dave, thank you so much. I want to respect everybody's time. So again, I have Dave's slide deck, and he and I have met and chatted several times. If you have any other questions, please go ahead and reach out to me. If I don't have the answer, I have Dave's email, so I can ask him. And this recording will be, I've already had a few people ask, I will send it to Goldie. She will put it wherever she puts all of our other training recordings, and it will be available to you. But please let me know if you have any other questions. And thank you so much for your time, Dave. I really appreciate it.
Guys, thank you. Howard, great questions. Everybody, great questions. Crystal, thank you. Support at homekeepr.com is there. It's live. We respond. Don't be shy. We're here to help. Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.